Winton is right in the middle of King's Cross. We have one of the most mixed cohorts of any school in Islington. We have 93% of children from various different ethnic minorities. Many of our children speak English as their second language, and they bring a vast array of different experiences to their time in school. And as a school, one of the things that we are committed to doing is finding the talent wherever it exists for our children and giving those children the opportunity to live and breathe with their talent, and along with all the other things we have to do, learning to read, write, count, to really actually not just fulfil their potential but to exceed it. So you put us in touch with Laura Berridge of Arts Insight, and we started the planning with her, and it was agreed that we would cancel the curriculum for a whole week. We'd turn the entire school into a production company, and we would put on a show. Which sounds like it could be chaos, but actually it wasn't. The moment that we met Laura, actually she was very organised, very passionate, and the moment that I saw her work with the children of our school, I realised actually she was absolutely the person to be doing this. The children were motivated, they were enthusiastic, they were disciplined, and they were excited about what was going on. I'm very fortunate to have a fantastic deputy head and music coordinator who made sure that everything was fantastically well organised. Every member of staff was clear about their role, every member of staff was on board, and every member of staff took ownership of their piece of the puzzle, as it were, and encouraged the children that they were working with to take ownership. We split the school in a number of ways. We had a costume department, a props department, a publicity department, a photography department, and the main cast. We had a couple of very persistent children in our publicity department who took it upon themselves to email and to phone the town hall throughout the entire week until they got a response. One of their phone calls happened to coincide with the mayor being in the building, and therefore 5 minutes before the production, the mayor of Islington suddenly turned up without any expectations whatsoever from us, and said he'd arrived to see the show, which was a fantastic surprise and a real testament to the persistence of our kids.
The feeling around the school on the final day, I anticipated it would be nervous, but it wasn't nervous at all. It was almost brimming with excitement. Everybody was really pulling together for the final performance. So everybody understood the objective that we were all getting to, and they all understood how their parts played into the wider scheme of things. So I'm going to be on stage represented by my work, and that's how I'm contributing to this main thing. So it all pulled together, and I think everybody was just excited to see how it would come off. I've never seen a performance turned around in a week, so I think the benefit of that is that, you know, we've learnt what we can achieve in a week. You know, I think all of us beforehand were a bit, we've never seen this before, how is this going to work? I've never been in a school where they've turned a performance like that around in a week. But it just goes to show what you can do if everybody is pulling in the same direction.
We were very clear that we wanted to give our kids a tremendous experience that was unusual and exceptional for the week, and you don't achieve something exceptional without actually doing something completely different from what you're normally used to. I think there was security in the fact that we trusted Laura and how effective she was, how organised she was, and how good she was with our kids. I absolutely trust my team of staff who were fantastic in making sure that they were clearly organised. So whilst it seems like a tremendous risk to cancel the curriculum for 1 week, ultimately I think you almost have to take that kind of risk in order to help children discover the potential within themselves that would not be tapped by a typical lesson. I think it's very tempting to be in fear of this kind of thing, and I would encourage everyone not to be. It's really no different from how we do anything else as an effective school. It's very easy to think that, you know, it's children's main aim is to learn literacy and maths and achieve their targets, and those things are undeniably profoundly important to their life chances. But they're not the only thing that's important to their life chances. And I think to give children who have a talent which we would not otherwise recognise is worth its weight in gold and is precious. And without taking those kinds of risks and without changing the way we normally do things, albeit for a short period of time, we would never have enabled some of those children to discover what they're capable of. So I have no regrets at all. Every parent who I spoke to told me how it was the best show we've ever done, how fantastic it was. And again, I think it gives parents the opportunity to see what we as a school collectively are capable of, because they've never seen a show quite like that before, and also what their children are capable of. For me, a great education and probably a great life is based around memorable experiences, and you don't get many children who go back to their teachers 10 years later and say, "Thank you, sir, that worksheet you gave me changed my life." But actually, I am very clear that many of our children will look back on this years from now and think, "Wow, that was a great show, I had a great experience, and I remember it and I hold on to it."